Hey, hey, hey. How you guys doing? First of all, thank you so much for being here with us. Chelsea, are we good? I want to make sure everybody's on and everything's working. We're excited to start Making an Impact series here. My name is Chris Crumpler. I'm the Executive Director of Impact Mentoring Academy. Going on 5 years, you guys. Been a great journey. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Impact is a transformational institution of education for young men from ages 11 to 18, middle school and high school years. And it's just been a blast to just be an experience. I love Impact. It's one of those things where it touches your own life. It transforms your own personal life. And I'm just so grateful that I get a chance to lead a great organization with a great team, a great board. I want to say a special thank you to our donors, a special thank you to our staff. Shout out to Miss A. Thank you for all of you who are joining us. We're just excited and looking forward to just bringing value. And I just want to say our teachers are working hard in this COVID-19. They're working over 20 hours a week, giving screen time of over 16 hours per week to our students on Zoom. We're just super excited, super grateful, and thank you to the dedication to our staff during this crisis there in Bermuda. We really appreciate you guys. But tonight is about a young man that I have the great pleasure of not only mentoring, but educating in his journey in secondary education. And we have a special relationship that goes back years, almost a decade. And so with no further ado, 2019 alum of Impact Mentoring Academy, Mr. Jacy Lowery. Come on, JC.
That was a nice introduction there.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm just trying to stay healthy, stay safe through this crisis, but just finishing these online courses, ready to hopefully get a great start to the summer.
All right,
How
awesome.
about you?
I'm blessed, man. Like anything, everybody else, man, we're just trying to make most of the situation. You know what I mean? Take it day at a time.
Yeah.
Not try to put too much on anyone because everything's up in the air. And also try to appreciate each other a little bit more and value the time that we do have. Because we don't actually spend quality time with family. We just kind of exist with family.
Yeah.
We've been enjoying the quality time, man. But look, enough about me. How you and your family are doing during this COVID-19?
It's been, actually, we've been kind of trying to do a little bit of what you just said, trying to take this time as an opportunity to get closer with one another. Because as you know, my family, we're kind of all into our own things, guys, basketball, Taj, gymnastics. I'm away in school. So this has actually been, I don't want to say it's been good for us, except it's helped us, reconnect with one another. So I'm just trying to be as grateful for the situation as I can be, make the best of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's really a struggle not being able to go to school, see our friends. Taj is graduating this year. That's my brother, for those of you that don't know. And he just really wanted to have that. I wanted to have a great first year of college, and it's all been cut short. But I'm just trying to make the best of the situation,
Yeah. And speaking of college, JC, I know you had to, move at the end of it, but how was your first year at Morehouse, man?
It was great actually. The first third of a year, Morehouse was actually very good. I went there a little bit nervous, not knowing how strong I would be academically, but I guess I just worked hard. That's one thing that they talk a lot about at Impact, that they harped on me a lot about, is just hard work, perseverance, and that's what I did. I was in math tutoring every week, and I finished with a very good GPA, looking to get more scholarship money for next year, so I can't complain.
Yeah. So what did GPA did you end up with your first year, man?
It's not over yet, but right now I probably have about a 3.4, something around there.
Yeah, that's good, man. Got room for improvement, but at the same time, a really good start, man. Really proud of you. All right. So let's kind of go back, man. Me and you have a long history. And it went from a basketball conversation to an education conversation. But how did you learn about Impact Mentoring Academy, and what did you first think about it?
Well, I think my mom was actually the first person to tell me about it. It was maybe right when you actually became the head direct chief operator of it. It was, yeah. She was like, "Oh, Mr. Coach Crumpler started a school," and I didn't really think much of it, you know. I didn't. I
Mhm.
definitely didn't expect myself to be there because at that time I was either at work academy or in prep school. But
Mhm.
I didn't really think much of it when I first heard it, but I just thought, oh, he's cool. He's starting a school. Should be good. I thought it was gonna be more of a sports school because you know the whole basketball thing, but
Yeah.
then I remember that day we met at Victoria's Park, and I honestly I didn't want to go to Impact. It was an all boys school. I was coming away from boarding school where I was just on my own, living my own life, doing whatever I wanted to do, whenever I wanted to do in a sense. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
my first thoughts probably weren't as positive as they are now, to be completely honest.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I want to share. Is like, some people have a perception coming in, especially going to conventional schools, whether it be work academy or the public school system or going overseas. And you tried almost every system there is to try. And what are some of the memories that you can take from IMA? Like, what are some of the best memories that you have from the IMA experience?
Well, that's funny. That's actually a hard question to answer because we did so much. I mean, we were in Atlanta, Dominican Republic. We've like gone all over the world, really, to help
Yeah.
people. But I think some of the best memories were the conversations I had with you and Mr. Gilbert, because
Mm,
those were probably the most important. I want to say, inspiring moments, the moments that taught me the lessons that kind of put me in the place where I am today. I
yeah.
mean, whether it would have been after circle time or just when I was during one of my free periods.
Yeah.
Those conversations were what helped me the most, and that's something that you wouldn't get at any other school, you know, because in a classroom where there's 25 people, I think like with the year that I was last year, we had less than 25 people in the entire school. So just the one-on-one conversations with you guys, great mentors,
Yeah.
that's probably my best memories.
Yeah,
So
my
those,
one of my best memories with you, man, was boot camp. Do you remember boot
oh,
camp? My first year, and like and I'm trying to help you understand our culture and that it's about team, it's about brotherhood, and if the whole room didn't clean up their chores, like you as a leader, you got to make sure that's sorted out. And I remember telling you like, hey, one of your middle school students is not done his job, and you were like, so. Do you remember that?
yeah, vaguely.
I know you because I'm looking at you. I'm like, JC, I know you like, that ain't my problem. I didn't do it. That's his problem. I was like, okay, so you definitely come from a different train of thought, and we had to work on that. But man, I'm just so proud of in 2 years, bro, the transformation you made, man.
Thank you.
For me to have a direct firsthand experience of who JC is at the time was off the basketball court as far as life and education and some of the things you were warring with, man. You was very angry. Do you remember the time when you struggled even with your anger and frustration? Do you recall that? Can you remember the times when you wanted to get violent or you wanted to do something towards a teacher or you had those moments where you was feeling like just frustrated and you just wanted to bottle that up? Do you remember those emotions?
Yeah, in a sense, I don't think I would have ever gotten violent with the teacher, but I've felt
No,
some.
but I'm just saying you had the feeling,
I've
you know what I
felt
mean? Like
some,
you had
yeah,
the feeling of it.
yeah,
You know what I
most
mean?
definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And so for me to see that emotion, to see those feelings, and to see the young man that you are now, and how you carry yourself, and how you conduct yourself about your brothers, and about your parents, and just about your life, man, I'm like super duper proud of you, man.
Thank you.
And so I really want to talk more about that when it comes from the IMA experiences. Um, what do you value about IMA? What lessons have you learned by being there?
Um, there's a lot of things that I learned at IMA. But most of all, I think the ones that I mean, actually, I think about a lot of them every day. But I think the ones that resonated with me the most would be brotherhood, especially since I'm at Morehouse now, which is kind of the way I look at it. IMA for college age students, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, brotherhood, respect, everything that's on the banner, really, you know. Bro-
yeah. Yeah, so I
Brotherhood.
mean that was something that we pushed, we pressed. We did it every day. We took time out, almost 45 minutes to an hour every single day to go over values and what do you value and why do you value, and that's important. So, and now looking back, JC, like how do you feel that IMA has helped you as a young man, just in life in general?
The one thing that I think that helped me with the most is they gave me they helped me believe in myself. I didn't, after the whole boarding school situation and not feeling that work academy was the right place. I was like, I felt like, dang, can I really make it in this world? I mean, I can't even get through high school, but at Impact, I mean, through the conversations, through all the mentoring, when we went to Dominican Republic, it just made me be more proud of who I was, which gave me more hope for who I could become. In
Mm,
all honesty, and that's what I'm grateful the most for right now.
mm.
Because if it wasn't for Impact, I would probably still be lost, quite frankly. And it just helped me find myself. I've always been the person who I am, but I just didn't know that I could be who I am. If that makes any sense, I guess.
Yeah, you just and that's what our philosophy is about, right? Our philosophy is about looking at a because I don't know if you recall, but we talk about some of the coaching sessions where we don't come from the approach of we're going to make you marvelous, we're going to make you great, we're going to make you phenomenal. It's already in you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's like a teacher who takes the approach of they're the Michelangelo and that you're a blank canvas and that their particular painting is going to make you look incredible. We took it more like a sculpture or an architect or engineer that it was already a precious diamond in you, and we was just a chisel, the sandpaper, just chiseling away and letting you allow us to coach you, to critique you, to analyze you. But you already had the goods. You know what I mean? It was already in you. We're just helping you to help see that and helping you to help dig to go find that for yourself. Because that's also important too, that you'll be a part of the process. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So with all that said, some of those things you really can't get from a conventional learning institution. What are some of the things you would like people to know about IMA?
Well, I think it still has some of a reputation of being the all boys school for troubled boys, and I think that really needs to change. I'm not sure what exactly has to be done, but I mean, I've been there firsthand. Obviously, the people watching this know that already, and it's really not. I mean, there's gonna be kids that get in trouble at any school, and there's no more kids getting in trouble at Impact than there are at Work Academy. It's
Yeah,
just the way that their behavior is handled. Rather than just putting them in detention, suspending them, we want Impact. What they do is they try to find what it is beneath that they maybe, I don't know, calling other kids names. They want to help them find in themselves what is causing them to act out, and I think that is what people need to know about Impact. Nobody's there is trouble. It's actually wrong to call a kid a bad kid because they're not who they are. I actually learned that from you, but they're still becoming the person that they are going to be in the future. So it's just, I think people need to see Impact as a school for young men who are going to be something great rather than young men who are just as a last chance school for kids who couldn't fit in the public school or private school system. I mean,
yeah,
it is a alternative learnings. I'm sorry, I can't talk properly today. It is
yeah,
an alternative learning style, except I think it's an alternative learning institution in a good way, just in the sense that rather than focusing strictly on grades, they focus on who they are as a person, who they're going to be, and how they can contribute to the community one day.
yeah, for sure, man. Thank you so much for that. And that comes from a perspective as educators, as mentors, where we're not looking at the 16-year-old JC. When I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the 30-year-old JC, strong man, the future husband, the future father, the future leader of this country. And I remember being judged. You know what I mean? I remember being labeled. I remember being suspended and arrested and in trouble in high school. And then everybody was like, oh, you're going to be this and you're going to be that when you grow up. And so we all share that hope and inspiration that it's only a matter of time where all the
Yeah.
stuff pouring into you is going to resonate and it's going to click and you're going to bring it all together yourself. And that's why you're even bigger example of how the process is possible because you didn't even do the whole 6 7 years. You came in 2 years later in high school with a lot of rewiring, because remember you didn't like a lot of stuff that we were,
Yeah.
you didn't like a lot of things that we had going. You're like, man, at my other school they let us do this, at my other school we could do that, at my other school. I was like, we're not like other schools. We're not in this for the interest of the administration. We're not in this for the interest of the teachers. We're in this for the interest of you and your development. You know what I mean? That's going to take a process. Now, tell everybody about your experience from the Rites of Passage week. How did that experience affect you?
How much can I say? Isn't it like?
Well, just well, tell people kind of what you went through. As far as it's a particular program that we're the only school in the country that does it in Bermuda, but it's about you and your father, right? So just kind of
Yeah, the
tell the
rites of
people
passage
kind of went
was.
through.
I think it's kind of buffering right now. Hold a second. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, JC.
All right, yeah. So the
The
rites of
pit
passage was, I think it was about a week long. We were on Daryl's Island, was it? Grace, one of the islands.
Grace was on Grace Island.
Harbor, yeah. And we were. I was with my father along with the other students in my graduating class, and we were supposed to, it was basically the transition from boys becoming men, and we went through a lot of, we had some talks, we did some bonding activities, and it was just all supposed to highlight the transition of a boy, of a child becoming a man, and it was useful. A lot of the symbolism through the through some of the activities we did was great, and I'm not really sure how much I can say because I think it's supposed to be like a secret ritual or something. But yeah, it was a good experience.
Yeah, man. And for me, it was just heartwarming to see you go from that with your father. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? As far as going from that experience of, hey, it's about me. It's about what I'm trying to do. It's like, nah, it's not just about you. What that was about to symbolize too, and I know you felt it because we all felt it, right? Because your
mm,
family was there with your father, right, at the end of the ceremony, at the end, but that you're connected to something greater. You know what I mean? That you're connected to something more than just you, and it starts with your father. Whether it's your father figure, whether it's your godpa, whether it's your papa, but that father figure is handing down something to you, and then your job is to take that and use it and mold it to grow the family and to take responsibility, because it's not about fault, it's about responsibility when it comes to
yeah.
leadership. Yeah, man. So we're going to open up this time for some Q&A. And while we're waiting on some Q&A, JC, I'm just going to tell people some things about Impact, and then me and you could keep the dialogue going, right?
All right,
So first of all, we want to let people know we're all boys school in Bermuda. We're a registered charity, and we're also registered with the government. We're currently completing our process for the Bermuda National Standards Committee, and we're also getting ready to launch a campaign. And we're just letting the world know that we're not stopping this work of transforming lives one young man at a time. But we can't do it by ourselves. Our teachers are overworked and underpaid. And my job is to really give advocacy for them in the work that they're doing. Like I said, ever since mid-March, we've been working full-time virtually through the Google Classroom and also through Zoom and WhatsApp. So our teachers been teaching on Zoom, giving FaceTime to students over 16 hours a week. They have a set schedule from 8:30 to 1 o'clock Monday through Friday. We just decided to give Fridays for office and planning time and coaching sessions. But our teachers have been busy. Shout out to our parents, shout out to our teachers, and shout out to our donors who have stayed committed to the process of developing our young men. Now, there may be some things you don't know about us, but we are open for enrollment. We have the lowest tuition for all choice schools in the country. We're working really hard to give best practices, to give best application, and to do things the right way by developing young men holistically. And so we just want you to pose your questions at this time for me or JC to answer, because it's really about us bringing value to the marketplace, us bringing value to the country. We truly believe in building a better Bermuda, one son at a time. And this campaign and what work that we're already doing is just going to highlight that. JC is just one of many young men who graduate and who go off to college and to the workforce and immediately make an impact, immediately have a sense of identity and purpose and a connection to their family. And that's what it's about for us. And we're going to be highlighting different students, staff, and stakeholders throughout this process every week so that you can know more about what we're doing and what we're bringing to the table. JC, if I could bring you back, you could bring them back. So yeah, JC, and as we get prepared to kind of wrap this up, man, I want to thank you for your time. Can tell us some of your closing remarks for you that you want to share with the general public, just overall about your experience at Impact Mentoring Academy.
Yeah, if there's one thing I'd want you guys to leave here remembering, it's that if you Think if you ever think about sending your son impact, I just do it because it will be beneficial for them. And I personally believe I wouldn't be where I am today without the school. So I just want to thank you publicly for what you have done for me. I wish some more of the teachers were here to hear this, but yeah, I'm just grateful right now, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and
yeah,
it's mutual. It's mutual, JC. Yeah. Yeah. So I wanna also have a closing remark where I want to thank our board chair, Mr. Cal White. I want to thank our founder, Trace White. I want to thank our principal, Mr. Shane Scott. I want to thank our teachers who are every day sacrificing on the front lines, giving it their all. Miss Atchison, Mr. Pitcher, Mr. Nesbitt, Mr. Holdup, Miss Hendrickson, and we just really appreciate everybody that's sacrificing. And then we have what we call the glue that keeps all this together, and that's Chelsea Jacobs, our executive assistant. She is a phenomenal human being, number one, and she's a great manager and organizer of people, and she helps us in every facet, and she's super dynamic. I want to thank all of our support staff and partners with our trades and extracurricular activities. And I want to thank our parents who really go above and beyond to be supportive and collaborative. And we're just getting started. For us, this is exciting, JC. Like we still are trying to progress forward. We're still meeting every week and collaborating every day. Me and Mr. Scott was just going back and forth about just how to improve, how to grow, challenging him as a leader, that my board chair challenging me as a leader. And we just want to continue to make you guys proud of the product that we're trying to put out. But you're going to have a great chance next week to make an online donation. We just worked on some things to connect the last couple of dots, so look out for that information. Once again, thank you guys so much. I didn't see any questions come up, so I'm assuming that all, like a real good preacher, all hearts and all minds are clear. All right. And JC, thank you again for taking out the time tonight, man.
yeah, no, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, man, really appreciate it. Now, I know you know the benediction, whoever we are.
Oh, I know. Actually, I was trying to memorize the other one, the longer one. Yeah, I think I got it now.
Yeah, you got it. You
Yeah, I
won't
think I got it.
we'll put you on the spot.
All right, let's go.
All right.
We are men of honor. We are men of vision. We are men of integrity. We are men of courage. Excellence is our goal. Success is our companion. Bermuda is our domain. The world is our oyster. And our contributions to it will certainly be made. I'm here for a purpose. My That's a good
My
start
life.
right there. My life, what is it? My life.
My life has deep significance.
My life has deep significance.
I've arrived.
I have arrived. Yeah, I think that's all I got right now. I said it
No,
earlier. But
now let's go. I arrived on schedule for my
I've arrived
assignment.
on schedule for my assignments, and
The world is a better place
the world
because
is a
of
better place because of my presence. Yeah, there we go. That was like 90%, wasn't it? Still like,
Yeah,
hey, you know,
yeah, man. I'm proud of it. So let's close out. Let's close out with the benediction, man.
whoever we are, be noble. Whatever you do well. Whenever you speak,
Speak kindly,
speak kindly, and
bring joy,
bring joy wherever you go.
you dwell.
You dwell, yeah.
All right, man. But look, JC, again, man, thank you to the parents. I saw Takia come on. I saw Miss Haywood come on. I saw Miss Vance
Yeah.
come on. I saw Dion come on. So the teachers, Miss Henderson was on, Miss Atchison was on. So I want to thank you guys. Mr. White was on. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a great night. Look out for more, and look who we bring back next week. All right. Have a blessed day. Talk to you guys soon. Good night.